Hello and welcome to Nationwide on the network service of the Nigerian Television Authority. I'm Ayodeji Makinde. President Muhammadu Buhari has directed the armed forces and other security services in the country not to leave anything to chance in the renewed efforts at restoring peace and order in the security-challenged parts of the country. It said the ongoing clampdown on bandits and other criminal elements must be reinvigorated and sustained until the intolerable acts undermining national security and stability are brought to an end. The president gave the directive at a crucial meeting of the National Security Council. State House correspondent Adamu Sambo has the details.
The National Security Council meeting, the second in less than 3 weeks, was summoned by President Muhammadu Buhari to appraise the ongoing military operations aimed at restoring normalcy in the troubled parts of Nigeria. These include the heavy clampdown on bandits and kidnappers in the northwest and north central, as well as terrorists and insurgents in the northeast. Discussions during the meeting, which lasted 3 hours, centered on the successes achieved, prevailing operational challenges, and strategies on the best way forward. In attendance were the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Ministers of Defense, Interior, Justice, Police and Foreign Affairs, the Chief of Defense Staff, Service Chiefs and the Inspector General of Police, as well as heads of other security services. President Muhammadu Buhari described the renewed onslaught against the criminal elements in parts of the country as not only impressive, but more like it. He told the security chiefs not to leave anything to chance until high sense of security and indeed hope in governance are fully restored to Nigerians, as explained by the Minister of Defense and the Inspector General of Police.
The President thanked us and praised us for what has been done so far, but we should improve much so that people can go about their lawful businesses within the quickest possible means. The President observed that there is more things to be done in the North Central, Northwest, where people are worried. Selective abductions and killings are done. This narrative must change. The new marching order is that all the service chiefs and intelligence chiefs has been warned to go and reinvigorate effort and to do more so that the North State, North Central and Nigeria at large should enjoy better security.
We discuss the need for urgency in our dealing with the bandits. We believe they are becoming a nuisance. We have appraised our position. We find that we are capable. We can do this thing, but we need the cooperation of every Nigerian in order to ensure a free society. Without security, nothing will happen. And the Commander-in-Chief has emphasized this today, that without security, nothing can go. So he has directed us to find ways, tactics, and styles in which we can get out of this. And we assure him that we'll do our best to ensure the mission is successful, especially when equipment and other things are available to support the course of tactical maneuvers.
Defense Minister Bashir Magashi confirmed that the Super Tucano aircraft recently inaugurated are yet to be fully deployed for combat operations. When done, perhaps as soon as the remaining 6 are delivered to Nigeria, as early as next week, the result will be very clear. From the State House, Adamu Sambu, NTA News.
Regimental sergeant majors must always sustain the duty of being the custodian of discipline, ethics and regimentation of the Nigerian Army for it to maintain its core mandates to the nation. Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Farouk Yahaya said this at the 2021 Regimental Sergeant Majors Convention, which held at the 2 Division of the Nigerian Army at Dekunle Fajiri Cantonment, Ibadan. Lanre Belei was there.
In every unit of the Nigerian Army, there is an army officer charged with monitoring, discipline, and ethics of the army. That army officer is the Regimental Sergeant Major, the RSMs. The RSMs are key to the army chain of command, and to emphasize their importance, this year's convention of the RSMs was based on how to improve professionalism in regimented environment, the RSM perspective. The Chief of Army Staff charged the Regimental Sergeant Majors not to relent in their efforts in ensuring that the primary core of the Army, which is the RSM's responsibility, remains intact.
In every unit, the RSM is considered as the father of that unit. He is the one who keeps the history, the tradition and customs of that unit. And if there is any issue to be cleared about those aspects that concern regimentation, RSM is the last resort. And when he speaks, that ends it.
Goodwill messages from the Oyo State Governor, Seyi Makinde, was delivered by his Chief of Staff, Segun Oguniyi, who described the nation's army as the bastion of professionalism and discipline which any nation will be proud of. The Regimental Sergeant Major Convention is an annual event in the 2-division Nigerian Army in Ibadan. Larry Bilayi, NTA News.
Katsina State's Governor Aminu Bello Masari has banned all commercial phone charging points in the state as part of measures to tackle the scourge of banditry. He issued the ban while inaugurating the committee charged with monitoring and enforcing the recently introduced Security Challenges Containment Order in the state. Awal Haliru reports.
An enforcement committee of the Security Containment Order is to be headed by the Commissioner of Police, Sanusi Buba, with members drawn from the security agencies in the state, as well as representation from traditional institutions and civil society groups. The committee will monitor and ensure compliance of the order signed by the governor. Other terms of reference of the committee is to coordinate enforcement by local government 3-tier security structures in the affected local government areas, submit periodic progress reports to the state government, as well as to identify emerging challenges for government consideration.
We have to be firm. This is a task that we must not fail. Because the good part of the measures, current measures being taken, these measures are being taken in all the contiguous states.
Every good citizen of Katsina State should open his ears, open eyes, and assist in this process.
The committee at the local government level is to be headed by the divisional police officer of each of the affected local government area. In Katsina, Awal Haliru, NTA News.
The Miyetti Allah Kautal Hore, a Fulani social cultural association, has called on the National Assembly to resuscitate and pass the Grazing Reserves Commission Bill and other livestock management bills that were initiated by the previous assembly in order to boost livestock production in the country. The National Secretary of the association, Saleh Al-Hassan, made the appeal at a peace summit organized to chart ways of finding solutions that will promote peaceful coexistence between herders and farmers in the country. The association cited the enactment of anti-open grazing laws as another reason for government to take inventory of all the existing grazing reserves and major stock routes so as to develop at least one grazing reserve in each senatorial district in line with the National Livestock Transformation Program to avert herders and farmer clashes.
Give us back the grazing reserves that are still available. Develop them, build common resources, watering points, feed lots. These herders will systematically settle there. Who will want to be wandering for life?
Due to the importance of cohesion in nation building, a lot of countries have to adopt that concept for them to be able to make progress in terms of growth and development.
Cattle business is a good business. We can make in animal husbandry, we can make money in a abattoir, process the cattle feeds, of cattle meat, then we can make serious money from the dairy.
This is Nationwide on the network service of the Nigerian Television Authority. Let's go over now to our Benin Network Center where Ogochukwuka is waiting. Good evening, Ogochukwuka.
Thank you, Ayodeji. Welcome to Benin. The federal government is to establish technology and innovation centers in the 6 geopolitical zones of the country for global competitiveness. It is to bring all universities, polytechnics, industries, and institutes together to work towards galvanizing the country's potential for technological advancements. Minister of Science, Technology and Innovation, Dr. Bunaya Onu, gave the information at a special lecture he delivered in honor of the Chancellor of Igbinedion University, Okada, Chief Gabriel Igbinedion. Goodluck Enaini has details.
The lecture held at the main auditorium of the Igbinedion University, Okada, dwells on the need for Nigeria to pay attention to science, technology, and innovation if it must be relevant in a technology-driven world.
Our universities, industry, and our research institutes do not work together for the common good. Each of them works as if others do not exist. This has slowed down the pace of industrialization.
The minister, who seeks the cooperation of both the state and local government as well as private sectors in changing the narratives, says Executive Order 5 of Mr. President is a driving force.
These centers will then use science, technology, and innovation in line with the Presidential Executive Order number 5 to effectively and efficiently utilize these resources.
The minister earlier visited Governor Gordon Obaseki, where the governor lauded the federal government's initiative and disclosed that the state government is working on a spectrum to connect all ministries in the state to the ministries of science and technology. The initiative by the federal government is in commitment to lift 100 million Nigerians out of poverty in the next 10 years. Goodluck Enaini, NTA News.
And Governor Kayode Fayemi of Ekiti State is advocating the promotion and strengthening of the bond of unity in Nigeria for all-round development. This is the view he expressed while playing host to the chairman of the Federal Character Commission, Mohida Dankaka. Kola Adeboboyi completes the story.
Governor Fayemi observed that Nigeria, since its independence, has experienced different challenges caused by perceived inequalities that exist between different regions and ethnic groups. He acknowledged that adopting the federal character principle will ensure the equitable representation of different groups in all tiers of government. He challenged the Federal Character Commission to focus more on deepening national unity and integration of the various facets and as well address the fundamental inadequacies in gender representation in the country.
There is evident lopsidedness in infrastructural projects distribution in the country, and the Commission is so well placed to help address this.
The chairman of the Federal Character Commission said the Commission has raised hope on addressing historical imbalances in Nigerian civil service, aside ensuring that there shall be no predominance of persons from any state, ethnic, and other sectional groups in resources sharing.
We shall continue to monitor the progress with a view to ensuring that no state should change, either in the prophetic position or in the position of social amenities.
The Commission pledged to work closely with the state government for the benefit of all. In Ado-Ekiti, Kola Adebobuyi, NTA News.
But then it will be after this commercial outing. Please stay tuned.
Coming into office in 2015, the Buhari administration has recorded unprecedented achievements in all sectors, especially in the provision of infrastructure, which is the key to economic growth. Never in the history of this country has any administration done so much with so little. I recall that when this administration came into office, the price of crude oil, which provides for 80% of Nigeria's budgetary revenues and 95% of foreign exchange earning, dropped drastically, thus reducing the amount of resources available to the federal government. In spite of this, the administration has continued apace with massive infrastructure developments.
This message is from the Federal Ministry of Information and Culture.
Program for skills acquisition and capacity development under the drive by the present government for job creation. That is our focus on NTA Tuesday Live this week. Tuesday Live, every week at 10:30 p.m. It promises to be incisive and educative. Join us.
The federal government has commenced second phase of COVID-19 vaccination. If you are 18 years and above and unvaccinated, register at www.nphcda.vaccination.gov.ng. Visit the nearest vaccination site to receive COVID-19 vaccine. If you received first dose of AstraZeneca vaccine before 8th July 2021, second dose commences 23rd August and closes 5th September 2021. All vaccines are free and certified safe by WHO and NAFDAC. At the vaccination site, you can check blood pressure and know your diabetes risk status. Children aged 0 to 23 months will receive childhood vaccines and screen for malnutrition. After vaccination, continue to adhere to COVID-19 prevention protocols. For more information, visit www.nphcda.gov.ng or call 0700-220-1122. This message is from the National Primary Healthcare Development Agency.
A new edition of TV Guide is out exclusively with Governor Simon Lalong of Plateau State.
Since assuming office, our rescue administration has pursued the path of peace and reconciliation and restored confidence among people of different ethnic, religious, and political persuasions. Peace is back on the plateau. We are building world-class infrastructure in roads and opening up opportunities for innovation.
The edition is a compendium of mind-blowing stories for your reading pleasure, ranging from entertainment, economy, sports, media, politics, family, and lots more. Pick up a copy and keep abreast with issues and trending features within our space. TV Guide, very incisive, very educative and compelling. Grab a copy at the vendor near you or any NTA station nationwide. TV Guide, your indispensable companion.
This is Nationwide, and welcome to Jos. President Muhammadu Buhari has asked security agencies to improve intelligence gathering and bring to book perpetrators of mayhem in Jos and other parts of the country. This was while addressing stakeholders at the Nigeria Interreligious Council interactive session in Jos on the recent incidences in parts of the state. Ekemeren Kanel Ladoja has more.
For President Muhammadu Buhari, peace building through dialogue as well as awareness and smooth relationship are required to move the nation forward. He pointed out that the purpose of government won't be achieved without the support and active collaboration of the people.
The strategy for achieving the desired results must therefore be all-inclusive, diverse, transparent, and sustained.
The president reiterated government's commitment to continue to promote peaceful coexistence, religious tolerance through dialogue and engagement of stakeholders.
The task before this consultative gathering is to lay the foundation or continue to build on what has been read for a marathon race for the institution of dialogue process that will restore mutual trust, believe in peaceful coexistence, religious tolerance, sense of justice, strengthen the confidence of our citizens in the machinery of government, and halt the cycle of violence.
President Buhari condemned the destruction of lives in recent times as he conveyed his condolences to the families of victims of the violence. He also tasked security agencies to improve intelligence gathering and apprehend culprits. In Jos, Ekemeren Kaneng Ladoja, NTA News.
Following the acquisition of 4 hectares of land, construction work on the federal government's smart school is to commence shortly in Plateau State. This was made known when key players of the program had an on-the-spot assessment of the site in Wase, the headquarters of Wase Local Government Council. Caleb Gochin was there.
The idea of the smart schools was born out of the need to ensure that children in the country, irrespective of backgrounds, compete favorably with their peers globally. The program has 20 of the schools already completed, with Plateau State in the second phase, along 16 others soon to come on board. Leader of the team, Professor Masood Abdul Karim, says the initiative is to bring learning up to speed with global practices where the young would have a foundation that is reliable for their development.
If you provide qualitative education to the children, then the prospects is enormous. This is securing their future in the digital economy.
We are going to keep an eye in terms of monitoring of the projects. Wherever there are hitches, we'll give our best. We'll do our best to ensure that we help the contractor meet the target.
We've already assured them we'll do everything within our reach to make sure that it is a success.
This is a great development, not only to was a student, but the nation at large.
The project is expected to be completed within 14 months. Also inspected by the team is a site for the construction of a skills acquisition center. In Jos, Caleb Gochin, NTA News.
And that's our contribution from Jos. Nationwide continues with Ayodiji in Abuja.
From our inner Jos Network Center, thank you. Back here, let's tell you that the International Organization for Migration, in collaboration with the federal government of Nigeria and the Netherlands, have officially launched the Cooperation on Migration and Partnerships for Sustainable Solutions Initiative, COMPASS. Obiageli Ugoke reports that the project encompasses 12 partner countries, including Egypt and Iraq.
Since 2017, Nigerians who were stranded in Libya, Niger, Mali, and European countries have been assisted back home through the IOM Nigeria Joint Assisted Voluntary Return and Reintegration AVRR program. Despite these efforts, thousands of migrants are still stranded. Now, with the launch of COMPASS, vulnerable migrants, victims of trafficking, including women and children, will have access to a broad range of protection and assistance services.
One of the primary objectives of this program, COMPASS, is actually to continue building community-based interventions that look into providing mental health and psychosocial support, but also generating awareness.
It's crucial, we believe, to address all the complexities that come with migration and migration policies.
And so for all of these, we have different kinds of projects and programs in place to support them.
Federal government of Nigeria is working together with states, international community, and all relevant stakeholders in ensuring better governance of aspects of migration.
COMPASS is a 3-year project connecting 12 partner countries: Afghanistan, Chad, Egypt, Ethiopia, Iraq, Lebanon, Mali, Niger, Nigeria, and Tunisia. Obiageli Ugoke, NTA News.
The Nigerian Immigration Service is winning the war against illegal migration and child trafficking as the Jigawa State Command rescued 9 victims of human trafficking along Nigerian-Niger Republic border en route to Libya. Awal Muhammad Kazauri has details.
6 females and 3 males, and they are all from within the age bracket of 20 to 29 years. Some of the female victims are mothers with kids lured into traveling abroad for greener pastures. The controller of the Jigawa State Command of the Service, Ismaila Abba Aliyu, said the patrol team of the Nigerian Immigration Service apprehended the victims, with only one among them carrying Nigerian passport without any visa endorsement. The controller says the victims will be handed over to NAPTIP for necessary action.
Upon our investigation, the victim confessed traveling to Tripoli in Libya through Sahara Desert in Niger Republic, en route Niger Republic. They came to Kano individually from their various states, as mentioned earlier on, where they met and put in a vehicle, a waiting vehicle, at the park in Kano by an agent called Alhaji Ibrahim Kano. We spoke with the person upon their arrest on Friday, but we invited him here, but he refused to show up. Hence, we put his name and the service number for further maybe investigation.
The victims are from Ekiti, Benue, Oyo, Lagos, and Ogun states. Awal Muhammad Kazaure, NTA News.
Let's go for a break on Nationwide. More reports when we return.
Nigerian youths are about the greatest assets the country has at the moment. It is therefore not surprising that the administration of President Muhammadu Buhari is strategically responding to the yearnings of the youth through multiple projects and programs. Youth Entrepreneurship Support Years by Bank of Industry, the Youth Investment Fund by the CBN, and several other conditional cash transfer programs. Recruitment of 774,000 social workers, majority of whom are youths, and so many other projects that are beneficial to youths directly or indirectly. If the administration can do all this, definitely with a degree of patience and time, it can achieve more. Nigerian youths must come together to say no to terrorism, no to vandalism, and no to all disruptive tendencies. Hashtag Youth for Greater Nigeria. Pacifying the youths, unifying the nation.
Firstly, safety. I will ensure that my family members and loved ones are safe.
I will try as much as possible not to get involved.
You should call the nearest police station.
I will alert my family, my friends, my neighbors in that vicinity that this is what is happening.
Who wins the star prize of 1 million naira in the ongoing Peace Nigeria Challenge, powered by Ask Nigeria in partnership with National Council for Arts and Culture, NCAC, Nigerian Television Authority, NTA, and Star Times. Unity Challenge Nigeria, stronger together.
Glad you're still with us. The National Judicial Council is to investigate 3 judges in various jurisdictions for granting conflicting ex parte orders. The Chief Justice of Nigeria, Justice Ibrahim Tanko Muhammad, stated this at a meeting with 7 chief judges of some states, including that of the Federal Capital Territory. The affected judges have been invited to appear before the National Judicial Council to show cause why disciplinary action should not be taken against them for conflicting ex parte orders. Justice Tanko Muhammad warns heads of courts to stop making newly appointed vacation judges. He advised heads of courts to be abreast of developments in the polity and judgments delivered by various jurisdictions to avoid conflicting decisions from courts of coordinate jurisdictions. Justice Tanko Muhammad also warns that the judiciary will no longer condone indiscipline or allow any judge to tarnish its image. And that's the abridged version of Nationwide this Tuesday. We thank you for watching. Remember, we'll go over now to our Lagos studio for match day 2 of the 2022 FIFA World Cup qualifier between the Blue Sharks of Cape Verde And the Super Eagles of Nigeria at the 5,000 capacity Estadio Municipal at the Rito Sena. Also remember to connect with the NTA and stand against rape and rapists to be a star. On behalf of the entire production crew, good evening.
NTA, you can't beat the rich.
This vaccine is safe and it has been certified safe and usable by NAFTA.
When there's a child out there that's not getting the same that your own child is getting, the difference will tell, and there will come a time in the society where that child is going to take his pound of flesh.
Where you can actually, everything from watching a program with the child, you can start up the conversation from something on the TV and say, oh, you know.
For me, it's like, hurry up with this business. And the other one said, Auntie, it's not about me, it's about the guys. They're not ready to marry.
Yes. If she wants to ask something, no, I know my mother very well. In fact, the most interesting one is when I put up pictures on WhatsApp, you know, Snapchat filters and all that, she will call me, remove that picture. There was a day I got tired of all that and I said,
Did you get to see the way Daily Babadu pulls this?
Don't forget to send in your messages.
There's a difference between picking, child, and issue. That is you can do more with less people.
If we have a better way of addressing these issues, taking care of...
Congratulations, you were able to sign Timo Werner from RB Leipzig.
So you take water before your workout.
People have used that phone, using TikTok to do this like.
So Should I go protest? Should I...
A lot of people don't even have resources.
You can't even hear the sound of a cockroach. I'm Cecil, and this is the Medley Show on NTA.
Aba, the commercial capital of Abia State, well known as the Enyimba City, is a little but mighty city where anything and about everything is possible. With a population of over 2 million people residents and thousands of daily visitors, the city is set to be in a hurry almost round the clock. The bulk of the commercial activities therein is centered on creative entrepreneurial skills in diverse forms, from the metal fabrications to leather works of shoes and bags. Have you heard of made in Aba shoes? They are a sight to behold. The creative beauty put into it with what you may describe as a seamless effort, but that is only for the expert, as I tried to produce a pair but failed woefully. Now we know that it is easier said than done for the novice. How then do these experts get the job done?
The Aba people, God gave us special strength. No matter any quantity you will order now, we will make sure that will satisfy our customers.
Who really are their target buyers?
Nigerians are not patronizing our products. Instead of them patronizing what we are producing, Cameroonians, Togo, Ivory Coast, Abidjan, all these African sub-Saharan countries, they are the people that are coming in here to buy our product because they know the value.
Is this business really profitable?
There's money here. There's money here. There is money. If the government can help us to move forward,
we will turn the economy of this country round. We will not be mentioning anything like joblessness again. All these young school leavers who don't have jobs, you see many of them here. They will be flowing, and we'll be training them because the skill, God gave it to us.
One thing that stands out are the labels on the products. All are foreign. I wondered why.
Whenever they come to know that you are the one that produced this one, sometimes they would not like to buy it. They prefer the ones they don't know, the person that worked it, than the one they know, the person that worked it.
The Aba shoes seem to be high in demand, especially within the west coast of Africa. What stands it out?
We are using two kinds of leathers. One is animal skin and a synthetic. It's Nigerian leather. That's why the country prefer this leather to those of their own leathers. As our women, they will tell you, that is what we are hearing today. They are now preferring made in Aba to made in China because of its quality today.
Given the fact that this little town, known as the Japan of Africa, can well produce footwears for the entire Nigeria and beyond, what then is stalling the effort?
Shoe manufacturing is something that needs brain work. They should first of all talk about an environment, a place that is made, that is cited for leather and the garments. Provide us, if not another thing, let there be electricity, let there be empowerment.
They don't have the equipment. We are working too much with hand. So we are stressing ourselves.
Not long ago, the state government took a giant stride to build on the people's efforts. Some of the designers were sent to China to learn and acquire more skills and finesse in this area. What has been the effect on their productivity?
I improved in my production. People that have been buying my products before I went to China, and now, if they can see the difference, there's a whole lot of difference in my production. It has improved, the finishing, everything, the packaging is just superb right now.
Now, That is the language our youths should be speaking. Whatever it is what, we must look inward if we must develop our great nation Nigeria, starting from the Japan of Africa, Aba.
NTA Tuesday Live, analytical, in-depth, educative and interactive on national issues accommodating all sides of opinions.
We as a people have understood that we have to fight corruption before it fights us back.
Poverty has a financial index, so it should be fought also with a financial weapon. Give it to the social investments program. It has been a very courageous battle.
Tuesday Live, every Tuesday at 10:30 p.m. Join us.
Hello, Junior. It looks like you're having a lot of fun there. What are you up to?
I am making a toy for my little sister Zainab.
Wow, that looks amazing!
My mom told me how important it is for Zainab to play and how playing helps her develop a healthy brain. She says all children learn best when they play, and that includes us. I love playing with Zainab, and my dad also has playtime every evening with Zainab and me.
That's great, Junior. My parents are so busy with work, they hardly have time to play with my little brother, Ola. And he's just one. I guess play is really important for him, and for me too.
Same here. Mom and Dad work overtime most days.
My mom and dad both love playing with me, but they have so much to do at work and at home. I wish they had more time for play too. Parenting is one of the most important jobs in the world.
What can we do? How can we help our parents? I don't want my parents to be stressed from all the things they have to do.
Let us ask them how we can help around the house so chores are done more quickly and then we can have more playtime with them. Who is with me?
That's a great idea, Lara. We can even find ways to turn housework into play.
I like this idea.
Yes, all children have a right to play. We'll tell our parents and help make a change.
Yes! Let's do this!
Agebenu Omoha is a graduate of Benue State Polytechnic, Ubokolo, from the Department of Graphic Art. He is very passionate about his work and has made it a point of duty to add value to young and aspiring artists. He goes from school to teach different aspects of art expression.
This batik is being produced. The batik you see people wear, like the Yorubas and the Cameroonians wear most of the time, how they produce them. This is the processes on how they go about it. Like what you can see here are the materials. This is the one we melted. The reason why we melt this one is because there are some places you don't want a dye to absorb on the fabric. So you apply the wax on the fabric to make sure that the dye don't penetrate that place. That is the reason why we use the candle wax. As for the rest, they go together, but the candle wax stands alone. And for the brush you are seeing here, you can use the brush to use in making designs on the fabric. I'll spray the fabric and then we'll begin to apply the candle wax on the fabric. To dry for about 5 minutes, and then we'll prepare the dye stuff before we can dye it. Now this is the warm water We are going to mix our dye chemicals in before dyeing. You don't have to allow the water to boil very well, because if it boils and it's very hot, when you dip this fabric in it, to melt the wax away. And then these are the dye stuff. We have two colors, one color. They are both green. So you pour everything in the water. Mix everything in the water. So the next thing you do now is to soak the fabric in the dye stuff that's already prepared. We are now soaking it. You can see the white area. That is the area of the candle wax. The candle did not allow the dye stuff to penetrate. So rinse it in this normal water. The reason why I'm going to rinse it is because of the caustic soda. If you don't rinse it, that caustic soda, if you use it and sew any cloth and then you put it on when the sun becomes very high, it will begin to itch your body. So that is the reason why I'm going to rinse it in this normal water.
I never get this kind of thing, or I hear it. Abuja Entrepreneurship Agency then called me because we are partner with them. They say we should come. There is a survivor fund that the government wanted to give technicians.
They capture everybody, including food seller in my own workshop.
When my chairman called me that there is palliative something, that I should come and take my cash off. The money now come, and that money helped me a lot. As a widow, where there is no husband. So it's this thing that I used to help myself, and that money helped me and pay some of my children's school fees.
You don't reach almost 40-something years back where I did for this Nigeria. I never get this kind of thing, or I hear it.
It is only this government, President Muhammadu Buhari, likewise advised that he recognized a mechanic.
Hello and welcome. It's time for another interesting package of
Everything Music.
Angelina, you dey cool in my temperature. If you call, I go come deliver.
This is Stocky Movies.
In times of old, the world was full of wonder.
No!
Welcoming you to your weekend for today.
Arise, O compatriots. It's time to use our voice.
Beyond 6 packs.
Bills.
Pay the bills. Keep paying the telephone bills. Keep paying all of my bills.
Welcome to Gallery.
Me and my paddies.
London for what?
London for medicine.
Medicine for what?
Medicine for coffee.
Are you sickness?
To our illness. Welcome to Gist Zone.
All right, my name is the Eselucien Wego One. Ona nyokoko nyonyo.
People always try to protect themselves from danger. When one sees a car coming towards his or her direction in speed, one runs away from such danger in order to be safe. Safety is the responsibility of every person. At home, safety precaution is key, as most fire incidents are caused by careless usage of home appliances like electric cookers, pressing irons, gas cookers, to mention just a few. There are various means of cooking like using stove, electric cookers, firewoods, charcoal, and gas cookers.
I use stove for cooking. The challenges I have, I don't know for other people, is kerosene. But when you use it wisely, you will enjoy the stove, just like other people enjoy using gas.
I love using gas because it's faster. So since ever I've started using it, I've not encountered any trouble or any accidents.
Cooking is often a relaxing and fun task for some people, but without safety tips in mind, it is one of the major causes of home fires. Today, it seems more people use gas cookers to cook. It is said to be a fast and efficient way to cook, and they come in different sizes.
Generally, gas is, we call it, the full meaning is liquefied petroleum gas. It is a byproduct of natural gas processing and petroleum refining. It is also a mixture of hydrocarbon gases made up of hydrogen and carbon. We have two varieties of gas, what we call propane and butane. Propane is normally used in cold areas of Europe and America.
We are the giants of Africa. I don't know if we're still the giants, but they keep saying that. So if you're Cape Verde and you're playing at home, you have the fans, you are coming up against a side that have changed 10 players. 10 is just one shot of a team. A team. So you've changed 10 players. How are you approaching this game? You're approaching like the home side, going out on the attack, or you're just still going to be mindful of the fact that these are the Super Eagles of Nigeria, so we should just, be a little safe and cautious?
Yeah, I don't think managers should always have that mindset of being cautious and safe, regardless of the opposition they're playing against. You mentioned, yes, the Eagles would be missing quite a number of players, but the Cape Verdeans, off your analysis, would be buoyed based on the fact that they've defeated Cameroon. They've got the best record in the last 5 compared to the Eagles. And they're playing in front of a few fans who'd be at the stadium today. I think that should be motivation enough for them to say, we can actually just bring down these Eagles and make them crawl.
And make them crawl. Yeah. Okay, before we talk about bringing down the Eagles to make them crawl, let's take a few messages from our sponsors. Remember, you can grab a bottle of Coca-Cola and get refreshed like me. We'll see you after this break.
The official communication sponsor of the Super Eagles. Coca-Cola, the official soft drink partner of the Super Eagles.
The African qualifiers powered by Integral.
Equipped with one of the world's most sophisticated technology, we're everywhere, with an option of over 90,000 live sport events every year. And right now, over 1 million people are waiting, calculating, staking, watching, and then winning big. Because we belong to the winning team. Play better with Bet90. More than a bet.
I realized very young that I was different. My parents tried to enroll me in school.
And the headmaster said, I don't want a child that will come and scare away other children. Madam, take your child home. I wept like I had never wept that day. NTA came in at a point when I was at my lowest. I got a call.
And it turned the story around.
They had found a hospital in South Africa. They had found a doctor. Till date, Great has undergone 17 surgeries. And MTN has not turned their back on Great since then.
Now that I'm graduating, I feel very excited. I'm ready for the challenges life has to push towards me.
You call someone great, and then you expect that he has to go through something so that that name will be real.
I'm bold, I'm confident, you can also do it.
to receive me a bundle of joy. Mommy is making my home cleaner and safer. We are Dettol, Dettol Sure.
Illnesses can happen at home too. That's why Dettol and me together will make my baby's home safe and to protect from up to 100 illness-causing germs. That's why moms want to be Dettol, Dettol Sure.
We are Dettol, Dettol Sure.
Pain, fever, headaches. Life should be lived to the fullest. Trust Emzor paracetamol to give you fast relief and get back to enjoying life. Brilliant goal! Emzor paracetamol makes you feel better.
The African qualifiers parallel.
And we're back. It's a FIFA World Cup qualifier between Nigeria and Cape Verde. It is brought to you by Bet Niger and powered by Integral. Remember, you can protect your family by using Dettol, the official hygiene partners of the Super Eagles. I was talking to Emmanuel before the break, and he was telling me about approaching the game if you were the Cape Verdeans, playing at home, playing against the Super Eagles side, you go all out. I was going to just push you a little, but before I get to that, let's talk about the change in defense. Omeruo may now come in because there is no Leon Balogun, there is no True Stacom, so Omeruo is the one standing in. If you are Julio Tavares of Cape Verde, what are you thinking that you can get against
You'll
this
be terrified. Omeruo has won the African Cup of Nations. Tavares hasn't done it. And interestingly, Tega, this was the game he made his Super Eagles debut in. That's Kenneth Omeruo.
Yeah.
His first game ever for the Nigerian national team was against Cape Verde.
So he has some experience. So if I were to push you now for a score line.
Cape Verde 0, Nigeria 2.
Is that as a Nigerian or based on both the forms of the team?
Nigeria.
Both of them, yes. So you also at home can stand a chance to win. Predict the right score before the match starts, and you have the chance to win from a 50,000 naira bag. What the scoreline will be between Cape Verde and the Super Eagles. Right now, we go all the way to the first half in Cape Verde to see what the Blue Sharks will do against the Super Eagles of Nigeria.
The official hygiene partner of the Super Eagles.
The African qualifiers proudly brought to you by Bet Niger and powered by Integral.
Equipped with one of the world's most sophisticated technology, we're everywhere, with an option of over 90,000 live sport events every year. And right now, over 1 million people are waiting, calculating, staking, watching, and then winning big. Because we belong to the winning team. Play better with Bet Niger. More than a bet.